Many people don't realize it, but the way you see God may have been shaped long before you ever thought about faith. Maybe you grew up with a distant father, someone who was physically present, but emotionally absent. Or maybe someone unpredictable, kind one day, explosive the next. Maybe your father was harsh, cold, critical, or worse, maybe he was neglectful. Someone who, instead of protecting you, hurt you. And what almost no one explains is this: it doesn't stay in the past, it crosses into the present and begins to affect something much deeper, your relationship with God. Because without realizing it, you start projecting. If your father ignored you, you feel like God ignores you too. If your father rejected you, you assume God is disappointed in you. If your father was unpredictable, you live expecting God to change moods with you. If your father was absent, you feel like you have to chase God just to be seen, and then a tired kind of faith is born. A faith built on fear, not love. A relationship where you try to earn instead of rest. But here is a truth that may confront you and set you free. God is not a better version of your earthly father. He is completely different. The Bible says in Psalm 27:10, "Though my father and mother forsake me, the Lord will receive me." Do you feel the weight of that? God already knew there would be stories of abandonment. He already knew many would carry deep wounds from home, and that's why he made it clear. Even when human figures fail, he does not. Maybe you were never protected, but God is revealed as a refuge. Psalm 46:1 says, "God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble." Maybe you were never truly heard, but God reveals himself as the one who listens even when you have no words. Psalm 34:17. "The righteous cry out, and the Lord hears them. He delivers them from all their troubles." Maybe you grew up trying to prove your worth, trying to be enough, trying to be seen. But God doesn't treat you like someone who has to prove anything. Romans 5:8 says, "But God demonstrates his own love for us in this: while we were still sinners, Christ died for us." In other words, God's love didn't begin when you got it right. It began when you were still broken. Now be honest for a moment. How many times have you thought, God must be disappointed in me? God must be tired of me. God doesn't want to hear me anymore. Those thoughts sound spiritual, but many times they are emotional echoes from your past. They are not God's voice. They are wounds trying to interpret God. And here's the danger. If you don't confront this, you can spend your whole life running from a God who never intended to hurt you. When Jesus taught how to pray, he started with one simple word: Father. That wasn't random. That was restoration. He didn't say judge, king, or distant authority. He said Father. Because a relationship with God doesn't begin with fear. It begins with identity. Bat formani. That word hurts, because Father never meant safety, never meant comfort, never meant love. So, instead of drawing you closer, it pushes you away. And maybe that's exactly why you struggle to trust God. It's not a lack of faith, it's emotional association. But listen carefully. God is not asking you to trust based on what you experienced. He is inviting you to trust based on who He is. And who He is does not change because of your experience. 2 Timothy 2:13 says, "If we are faithless, He remains faithful." God does not repeat human patterns. He restores what humans broke. He is not unstable, not aggressive, not absent, not indifferent. He is constant. Psalm 103:13 says, "As a father has compassion on his children, so the Lord has compassion on those who fear Him." Maybe you never saw that kind of compassion, but it exists. And more than that, it is available to you. But here is something you need to face. As long as you keep interpreting God through your pain, you will never truly know Him. And that requires a decision. A decision to separate things. Your earthly father may have failed you. And maybe he failed you deeply, but God has not failed you. And no, this does not erase what happened. It does not minimize the pain. It does not ignore the trauma, but it stops the past from continuing to steal your future. Because deep down, the enemy doesn't just want you to suffer from what you went through. He wants you to never discover the kind of love that could heal you. And that love is not human. It is divine. Ephesians 3:18-19 says you may understand how wide and long and high and deep is the love of Christ. In other words, it goes beyond anything you've ever experienced. Maybe today what you need is not to feel something different, but to start seeing differently. God is not the one who hurt you. He is the one who can heal you. God is not the one who rejected you. He is the one who receives you. God is not the one who ignored you. He is the one who has always been present, even when you didn't notice. And maybe, for the first time, you need to stop running and start drawing near. Not with perfection, but with honesty. Because healing begins when you stop treating God like someone he never was, and allow him to reveal who he truly is. A father, a real one. You are always welcome here. May God continue to bless you with brotherly love, minutes of grace.